Cześć, witam was bardzo serdecznie, ja jestem Wolny i dzisiaj sobie zagramy w Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Jesteśmy po wykonaniu, po zlikwidowaniu jednego z czcicieli, członka kultu, oraz udaliśmy się na wyspę Lesmnos. No i tutaj była zagadka Fidiasza, ciąg dalszy tej zagadki, którą Fidiasz miał rozwiązać, ale niestety zginął i my rozwiązaliśmy go za niego. Tam jest, widzicie, tam gdzie celuję, była ta świątynia. No i trzeba było tam wcisnąć 4 przyciski po kolei w odpowiedniej kolejności i otrzymaliśmy piękne miecze i naprawdę dobre są, więc będziemy nimi na razie walczyć. No i misja wykonana, tak. Tak, wbiliśmy level, widzę, że jeszcze mam tutaj zdolność. Za chwilę się tym zajmę. No i chcę tutaj wykonać, bo jest jedna taka misja poboczna ważniejsza, więc chciałem ją wykonać. No i później mamy chyba polowanie na jakieś legendarne zwierzę. A później się już udajemy do Beoncji. Także taki jest plan na dzisiaj. Nie wiem, czy do Beoncji zdążę dojść. Ale może się uda. Wszystko w swoim czasie. Dobra. Do Kowala też by można było ruszyć.
Mystios! And that looks like Varnavas' ship.
In fact, it...
Ah! That ship belongs to the Eagle Bearer now. I am just his humble servant.
Varnavas! You're back!
In the flesh, a little older, but not a bit wiser.
Miko sent me here to wait for your return. It's about Nileas.
Here we go! What has my nephew gotten himself into this time?
I think the trouble is real, Varnavas. You should go to him. Mikos told me not to return without help, and I mean not to.
I need to think. But one thing, I know my nephew. Ah, yes, he's fine. That much is certain. I'll be on the ship.
And you, Mystios? I need someone to go see about Nileas.
Why doesn't Varnavas think something is wrong with his nephew?
It's just, Nileas was a legendary nuisance growing up. He lied, he cheated, he brawled and broke things.
Some of us grow out of that.
Well, now Nileas is a serious athlete, training to be an Olympic champion. And what's more, he's family to Varnavas.
That is important. I'll help
Dobra.
Varnavas' nephew however I can.
Nileas lives with his caretaker Mikos. Their house is just up the hill north of here.
Okej. Możemy zobaczyć bratanek. Dobra, jest. Masz tutaj coś ciekawego? Tak w miarę. Przelej. Okej. Ulepszyć by się przydało coś, nie? Poseidona mamy wszystko na 50 levelu, mniej więcej. Jakby można było ulepszyć. I hełm też by się przydało ulepszyć. Jakiś łuk ulepszyłem, ale teraz nie wiem który. Chyba tego, którego używałem. Dobra. Dobra.
I'll see you later.
Troszeczkę my wydaliśmy. Idziemy dalej. Gdzie to jest, powiedzcie mi. Okej. Szybką podróż zrobię. Jest to chyba dobra opcja. Okej. Idziemy dalej. Wszystko mamy poulepszane, fajnie, dużo zebraliśmy tych surowców, aż zdziwiłem się, że aż tyle tego zebraliśmy.
We ride!
Spadaj. Spadajcie, spadajcie. Zbieram po drodze różne rzeczy. Dobra.
Listen to reason, Barnabas. I saw myself, and now he's like this.
He's faking it, Mikos! I've seen this routine before! Gods! Grant me Penelope's patience!
It's not just Nileas. There have been others. All promising young athletes turning up sick or missing. Something's not right in Thasos.
What goes on across Tazos is not my concern. But I know my nephew. Oh, yes. He practically worships at the altar of Eria. A devotee of sloth and idleness he is.
Help me talk sense into him, Misthios.
Maybe you should be a bit easier on your nephew this time. He really does seem sick.
Jeżeli dużo jest takich osób.
Ah, you're right. I guess I didn't want it to be true. He's not a boy anymore. I can see that.
He may be grown, but he still needs help.
There's only one way I know how. Let me know if there is any change in his condition. I'll be at the ship making offerings to Asclepius.
Give Varnavas some time.
But our time may run out. I have more leads to follow up on. But with Nileas like this, I can't leave his side. Maybe you could help me.
Varnavas is like family to me. I want to do anything I can to help Nileas.
Thank you. You know, it's not often a handsome and capable Misthios comes to this house.
We shouldn't talk like this with Nileas in this condition. Now, about those leads you mentioned.
Well, someone at the Champions Gymnasium must know something. Aitis was the last one to be with Nileas when he was well.
They were friends.
They were. If he doesn't know anything, you could talk to the doctor at the quarry.
If he's the local doctor, he's bound to know something. What more can you tell me about this gymnasium? You say other athletes have disappeared.
Many, yes. A lot of the athletes came here to train from elsewhere across the Greek world. So when they disappear, people think they maybe just went home.
A convenient story if something bad were happening to them.
Exactly.
I'd like to have a word with that doctor at the quarry.
The Aliki quarry is at the southern point of Tazos. The doctor there is mixed up with the training athletes and the workers.
Sounds like a strange connection.
Yes, until you realize half of the workers are athletes who have given up on their training. Something's happened to them, and that doctor is the only connection I see.
The last person to see Nileas before he got sick was Aiti. Where can I find him?
He's an aspiring athlete too, but nowhere near as talented as Nileas. He trains alone on the outskirts of the Vineyard of Glory. You're sure to find him there.
I'll follow up on these leads and check back when I know what's going on.
Thank you, Misthios. And feel free to check back anytime.
Chyba nas polubił i to za bardzo aż. Dobra, poszukajmy. Widać, że to jest troszeczkę złożona. Aha, jeszcze mi się nie pokazało chyba. Mówił, że na Tazos, nie? To jest to? Tazos. Przyjaciel to... I tu kolejny. No to my musimy iść tam. Co to jest? Dobra, to najpierw tu. Dobrze, że te szybkie podróże porobiłem, nie? To naprawdę dodaje dużo. Dobra. Fajna misja, na dwie wyspy się rozłożyła. Ciekawe. Można spróbować. Okej, jazda. Dobra. Tutaj już kuń wiele nie pomoże, więc przejdę już pieszo. Może jest tutaj jakiś kowal. Tam. Będę o nim pamiętał. Oj, weszliśmy na strzeżony teren. Może na razie odpuścić. No dobra. Idziemy chyba do takiej sali treningowej, lub coś w tym stylu.
Something seems to be going on over there.
Stop coming back! Don't make me punch you!
Idiot! I'll be back. You can't keep me away forever. I'll find a way in. You look strong enough. Can you help me?
Depends on what you need.
Information. My brother Solon has been missing for weeks. No one listens. They say he ran away. But he wouldn't leave me alone. He wouldn't. He knows I hate being by myself. Anyway, he was last seen training at this school. I'm sure it has something to do with his disappearance. Please, can you help me find out what happened to him?
I'll see what I can find out.
You're nicer than you look. Thank you.
Don't thank me just yet. My help doesn't come cheap.
What? You would demand drachmi from a child?
I guess we can work something out.
I don't have much, but I'll repay you with whatever I have.
That will do.
I think the trainers might know more about my brother's disappearance. But be careful. Rumor has it he can take out a chimera with his bare fists. Or was it that he looks like a chimera with bare fists? In any case, I'd take caution not to look for a fight.
I don't look for fights. They usually find me. Why are there so many young athletes training at this school?
You've never heard of this place? This school is what Tazos is known for. It was founded by Tyrgenis, the famous Olympian. Many others, like my brother, train here in hopes of becoming the next Olympic champion.
Your brother must have been gone for a long time.
Weeks. It's been weeks. He would never leave me alone for so long. He used to boast about future Olympic victories and adventures. He always said he'd make me the proudest sister in all the Greek world. But how can he do that when he's not even here?
I'll find out what happened to your brother.
Please hurry. It's been too quiet around here without him.
Looks like Mikos was right. There is something going on here. I'll get to the bottom of this.
Idę. I no to tutaj sobie wezmę. Dobra.
If you've come to enroll in my school, I'm afraid you're at least 10 years too late.
Shame. You must be the one training these athletes.
Have you not heard of me? I am Euthymos, Master Olympic Trainer. Under my charge, my students seize victories as easily as Thiaganasses sees the bronze statue of Tazos. Everyone has heard of me.
Who? I've never heard your name before today.
Then you must be quite deaf.
I've heard other things, though. In particular, that students of yours have gone missing.
Missing? Nonsense! My students are champions! They fly towards adventure all the time! Under my wing, they will soar to great heights, like a hot-blooded Pegasus.
Do you remember a former student named Solon?
You think you can storm into my school and demand answers like an impertinent slave? You'll sooner be gutted like one.
I need to know if your school has a connection to the disappearances.
Connection? Ha! Nonsense! This is a place of blood, sweat, and brawn. The only things that vanish here are the weaknesses in heart and body.
How about we put our skills to the test?
I'd rather not waste my time or my skills on the likes of a nobody.
Sounds like you're backing down.
Don't want work, Misthios.
Hold on, you seem familiar. I recognize you. You're in the Olympics. You're the champion, I'm sure of it.
Yes, you're looking at an Olympic champion.
Get back to your training.
You're amazing! Tell us, what do we need to do to be a true champion?
Anyone can be a champion, but it takes hard work and a commitment to your passion.
That is what I always say. So, an Olympic champion strolls into my school, steals my thunder, and dares to challenge me? The great Euthymos!
Does the great Euthymos accept this challenge? Or is he too afraid?
Afraid? Ha ha ha! Try sparring with my students first. We'll see if you are as strong as you say you are.
Let's see what your students are made of.
Be careful. I heard the healers have their hands full these days.
Spróbujemy.
I'm sure they will find time to tend to injured youth.
But don't hit too hard. The Misthios might cry. Let's see if you can handle this. Nice, my student.
Dobra, spróbujemy, czekajcie. Czekam, bo Maj tam jak powalony tym. Dobra.
Oh, not bad. Even the best of my students cannot stand against you.
Warm-up is over.
Oh, such fire! Come then if you dare. Face me like a real warrior in our arena. Oh, I'll be careful not to break too many bones.
Dobra. Może dostaniemy wtedy od niego informację.
My loyal students! This Mystios has the nerve to challenge me! The great Euthymos! At my... our school! This is your last chance, Mystios. It can all end if you simply walk away.
Are you done talking?
Oh, we'll see what you are made of then, hmm? We'll fight like real champions! Child's play! How dare you challenge me? Somebody hurts the true might of my students! My master is...
Czemu niehonorowa walka w ogóle? Widać, jacy to mistrzowie są.
Show me your loyalty!
Ten padnął. Czekajcie, podpalę i no. Padnij sy. Dobra, zakończymy to trochę szybciej.
All right. I yield. You've ruined my reputation. How will my students learn from me now?
You were ruined by pride. I had no part in it.
We've nothing to learn from a fallen master. Some of us want to follow in your footsteps, Mystios. Can we come with you?
I could use a few good warriors.
You hear that? We're going to be warriors!
Fine. You've won. You are worthy. I'll tell you what I know. Keeping a school like this is expensive, but we receive a good lump of drachmi from this rich fellow to keep things running. He visits now and then, stinking of wine, frequently accompanied by strange men.
I assume they're not here to admire the training grounds.
I noticed that they tend to favor my star athletes, the ones who exhibit exemplary skills and performance. They watch them very closely.
Solon was one of them.
Yes. He was one of my top students, along with another boy named Nileas. They were good friends and great athletes. They stopped coming to school soon after the men came. I worry that something has happened to them.
Yet you do nothing? Even when you clearly know something isn't right?
This fellow has powerful allies and influence. I've tried to do something, Mystios. I've asked questions and I was told to stop for my own good and the good of the students. As much as I hate to admit, I am powerless.
It's best if you stay here and keep out of their way. Let me deal with this.
I'm sorry that I'm not much help.
I heard everything. How can you stand by while your students are being taken? All for drachmi?
How did you get in here? Is she your daughter?
Men like you are the worst. I can't rely on you. I can't rely on anyone. I'm going to save my brother.
Her brother? By Zeus, what have I done?
Solon
What
and the
have I
others
done?
are missing. Maybe Nileas was going... Next. Mykos will want to know about this.
Dobra, jakiś wpływowi ludzie tutaj są, którzy porywają mi. Nie wiem, muszę znaleźć jeszcze... Idę do tego. Do Kowala coś kupić. Ciekawe, co tutaj się dzieje. Zniszczyłem mu szkołę, ale troszeczkę mu się należało, nie?
Welcome.
Masz tu jakieś ciekawe towary? Zawsze coś masz. Zawsze się to przydaje.
Until next time.
Dzięki. Pokażcie mi, co ja tutaj mam do roboty jeszcze. Tu jest jedno zadanie. Dobra, i tam się udamy już w następnym odcinku. Ja wam dziękuję za uwagę. Pamiętajcie, lajkujcie, subujcie, komentujcie. Trzymajcie się. Hej, hej!